Okay, third crack at recording the Platform Killer's current day development. What we are working on and what we've completed today is more or less getting the game in a state where that I can do another playtest with my brother, as well as also having it get enough so that I can actually send other people an exe file and they can try it out themselves. Um, anyway, so I've been working on this game for the past bit on and off, depending on if the day allows me to get more progress on it. Currently today we are recording off my laptop microphone and laptop. We're in my room again. I apologize. It's comfortable for me to work in it. Maybe the audio sounds fine. Maybe it sounds like crap. Hopefully it's not terrible and it's bearable. Okay, so what we have here is more or less the title screen for the game, just like the alpha version of it. In the final version, a lot of this information would be spread out across multiple screens, but I wanted to get them in the game and I condensed them into one, just one screen because it's just trying to make more multiple screens. It just this right here, funny enough, compared to actually making it is not as I don't get as much enthusiasm building this stuff as I do trying to get a player character to work right and finicking around with it. So, um, but I got the functionality, all built in one screen, and then in the final build I can for when I'm working on graphic design, I can just have all these functioning parts and just spread them across and lay them out in the ways that they should be. So as you see here, we have a text that scrolls down that gives you all the how to play as also the rules for the game. Um, so that's nice. Obviously, in the final game, this would be like, sub menu pop out type stuff, but here it's just, a little bit easier to just go, ooh, scroll. Okay, check that out. We also have little boxes where you can move around and, test out your characters before you go into the game. And I really wish more games had these types of features in it because, especially with computer games, sometimes when you connect a controller, your machine acts up and it doesn't like accepting your gamepad, and you have to kind of do some finicking around a little bit to make sure that everything is working correctly. And I like being able to have the option to check if your thing is working correctly before you jump in the game. On top of that, too, if you've never played the game before, this gives you the option of like, testing out and like understanding what everything is and what you do before you start getting tossed into the rapid fire session that this game is designed is built off of. Anyway, this purple text down here says welcome, but as you will soon see, this is will update with whoever wins the game. So as is, this is the title screen, this is the options screen, as well as also the how to play screen, as also the result screens. As I said, it's pretty much all the screens condensed in one. But yeah, here updates depending on who wins it, who wins and who loses as player one wins, player two wins, all that stuff. Anyway, right here it's a best of 5 rounds to 10 rounds. This is just only a single toggle switch. I could add in more steps in the future where it can go maybe 5, 10, 15, 20, maybe something like that. Um, we could also have them all be multiple buttons. It depends on what's what I ultimately I decide to go with in that design phase. But the functionality of having a rule set change here, it's implemented. The only thing I would potentially put in the game, well, actually, no, not only thing. Actually, the two things I want to add in, like I would do in the final version, but would probably be better down the road when I'm getting like the more completed version of the game put together rather than this alpha build. When I go into the phases of getting art assets put together, is number one, I want to have the option that you can toggle between different costumes for your player character. The properties would be the same, but they're just the sprite would look different for the characters. So I would want to have that as one, but obviously I need to actually illustrate those characters before I start doing that. And number two, I would like to have uh, some sort of toggle on here that allows you to do both, the racing levels, combat level, like if you want to do racing and combat levels together, if you only want to do racing, or if you only want to do combat. The, that last one is probably one of the more tricky things to do because I could, jank my way through getting the costume thing done if I had to do it tomorrow, but I gonna need a little bit more more messing around with to do the making sure that the basically getting the level list uh, segmented in a way where it categorizes between one and the other. And yeah, so that was a lot of talking. Now let's show off the game. So I added in originally the sample set was only 4 levels for the game, but now I changed the sample set to be uh, 15 different rooms. Some of them are variations of others, and some of them are completely unique. So in the final game, I would like to have at minimum 50. The reason why I am not worried too much about trying to get like all of the rooms put together in it is the fact that when I make the final game, I'm going to have to redo the tile set. And when I change the tile set, I'm going to have to redo a lot of the levels, actually all the levels, because of the fact that the tile maps don't um, carry over as a but basically it's not like a skin flip switch type deal for them. So, um, yeah, the more levels that are added to this game, the quality of the game does go up because of the fact that the less likelihood of repeats happen. And it's, one of the charms of the game is the kind of the all, random thrown into the environment type of thing. Of course, again, if I'm also not a hack, I could figure out how to write something that says, okay, if room is, room number such and such, can't reload the same exact thing. Hopefully, I can get to that. But that's definitely like one of those like gotta like uh later stages type tweaks, not an earlier thing because right now I'm trying to figure out what the essential things are in the game before I start doing kind of more complex programming challenges as well as also uh, visual assets. Yeah, the reason why most things are just squares and type in this game is because of the fact that making a visual asset is a is a complete mood killer. Anyway, so let's just get this out of here. So yeah, as you see that happened there. Also, one thing I didn't mention is that in cases of like the game soft locking, because I've had a couple times the soft locks. I know I got one of them on video, but I don't know if I got the other one on video. And soft lock happens like when I have a situation where like the players both hit the goal at the same time, and they disappear both at the same time, and it does the kill screen doesn't engulf another one, and uh, you know, ends the round. But I did make it that in case of that, we do have a reset button. That's just backspace. So, uh, yeah, who was supposed to actually win now? I forget. I was, um, let's just do it, get red out and show that it's a can say player two can win. I think that's what I was doing. But darn, I'm an idiot. I'm Red's supposed to be the one that's losing. So the spikes, I'm still trying to make sure that the spikes can work the way I want them to do. Sometimes the behavior acts a little funky. Also, there's sometimes the standard enemy behavior can be a little bit frustrating too. I've had a couple cases where there's been like oh, that was a weird response and interaction that was caused by that with the way I coded it. So I hate saying it that the walking enemy might need more work and might yeah, I might have to redo it again. And like that's like the one thing in Godot that I can't do the simple Goomba. I can make a guy do a wall jump, but I can't make a Goomba. Like this is so backwards. Uh, but yeah, and then also the spike behavior. I mean, it works, but it, there's something about it that feels off, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to answer that question when I do the playtest for it. Spring works fine though, um, and and everything else works fine too. So, yep, that's everything for today.